Hi, it's Gab, and I'm reviewing Gravity, an upcoming space thriller by writer and director Alfonso Cuarón, who did City of Men, Prisoners of Azkaban, and this movie's getting a lot of hype. If you follow film festivals, it's getting a lot of advance acclaim. I saw the North American premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival. It opens in October, and starring Sandra Bullock. It's a very specific space story. Simple, and yet, as most simple stories, maybe not so simple. Starts off with a few astronauts in space doing some generic repairs, and there is soon a catastrophe involving space debris, which is a real problem. So it's not a far-fetched space disaster, and it does trigger disaster. There are all sorts of injuries and dangers and problems that are then cascade from this event, and it's just a non-stop fight for survival, mainly for the main character, Sandra Bullock's character. The physical, the mental, the practical speaking issues of surviving what's occurred out in space. Now, Sandra Bullock's character is a novice astronaut, so she's a great central character for the audience member to relate to, in the sense that she's feeling fear before she's thinking about practical things, and her practical knowledge is very limited. So as a conduit for our feelings, that's the perfect one to have. As you probably know, George Clooney stars in this film as well, but he's a seasoned astronaut. He's sort of the voice of reason. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it's definitely Sandra Bullock's story. And when I say we're with her, I mean we are with her. First of all, a lot of what you probably heard about this film is the visuals. It's visually stunning, and it's done in a very high quality immersive 3D, so you immediately really do feel like you're in space. I do not recommend this film, certainly not on the big screen, for anyone who's claustrophobic or even with motion sickness, because there's the constant tumbling of being in a gravity-less environment, and just that immersive feeling of like you really are lost in space with Sandra Bullock's character. There's also a lot of point of view shots, and so you really do, you hear the heavy breathing in your ear, her ear, that you would if you had a helmet on, and this sort of thing. You really truly feel it. So for those of you who that doesn't turn off, then I definitely do recommend this film on the biggest screen you can see it on, IMAX. I mean, it really is a visual masterpiece as far as space films are concerned. Some are comparing it to, of course, 2001, but technology-wise, I don't think we've ever seen a space film this beautiful before. Sandra Bullock's acting also really is what connects you to this character. She's extremely believable and taut in this situation that she's in, and it's just it's a fight for survival. And when I say it's a simple story, in its simplest form, that's what it is. It's a human's fight for survival and the will to survive. And does this character even have the will to survive? There's a small but significant backstory note for her that makes her question even the quality of life, so to speak. So again, it's a good touchstone for the audience to, feel that gray area of, should I even bother trying to save myself, basically? I mean, there's so many odds stacked against her. And then there's the mental struggle. And so is that a simple issue to have in a film? That's not such a simple, that's like human existence. That's not exactly simple. So if you want to look at it as simple or complicated, the film is a really nice metaphor for that everyone can relate to and handle. And if you want to delve deeper into the layers of what that entails, what that means, you can do that as well. So visually and thematically, it's not an art film with commercial potential. I think it's a commercial film it has commercial appeal and with an artist's packaging, because between, again, the visuals, the sound design, the score are just of the highest quality. Sandra Bullock's performance is top notch, and you just feel this film viscerally. I haven't been so drawn in to a film, felt inside of a film, and my fate entwined with the main characters as much, and I can't remember when the last time really. So all that is to say that obviously this is high praise for Gravity. I strongly recommend it for film fans in general. You don't have to be a sci-fi aficionado, although obviously that's the main thrust, but it's a human story, it's a survival story, it happens to take place in space, which just makes it that much more breathtaking. Again, you have to see Gravity when you get the chance. I'm giving it 4¼ Gabs. If you wonder what my negatives would be, my only negative note is that there are some points of dialogue, again, in terms of the theme of survival and the will to go on in the human spirit. There's some touches that are veer on the edge of corniness, of Hollywood-ism, a bit of the speechifying at certain key points in the drama are... I'm not sure that someone would actually say those things if they were facing death in the face alone. But, so that's that Hollywood touch, which is can take you out of it a little bit. And there's a few sort of uses of imagery, especially towards the end, and when the beautiful score, but when the score swells, that are just a touch on the melodramatic side that took me out of it a little bit. And yet, as I say, this is a Hollywood film and a beautiful serving of emotion and of making you think. So I give those points a pass in this package because you kind of gotta love that stuff too. I mean, as a film fan, did I get carried away in it? Yes. So it's okay by me. And as I say, I recommend it to you. 4¼ Gabs, Gravity. Thanks for watching.